My name is Andrew Ray, and I go by many aliases online. On YouTube, I'm Green Ray. That is also my Battle.net 2.0 alias. On Twitter, I'm Insomniac Andrew. I'm not actually an insomniac, but I was a long time ago. You could call it an environmental insomniac. Before things around me kept me awake. Sometimes I call myself a Mercenary, which is like mercenary, in association with my preference for taking 3D World style first clears. On Twitch TV, my channel is Ray Team Strategy because I love team strategy games like League of Legends, Dota 2, and Heroes of the Storm. I hope Pokemon Unite will be just as good as those. On Super Mario Maker 2, I am 636 because that is a representation of my full name. I bought relatively old computer parts and put them together years ago, so I need upgrades if I want to stream any team strategy game besides Pokemon Unite. So I am excited for when that game releases. In the meantime, my passion is Super Mario Maker 2. I have made well over 80 courses for the game, and I'm currently in the process of making entire Super Worlds for alternate accounts. I love watching others play my courses, and I love playing other people's courses. I have a rich video gaming history, spending much time on many of my favorites, and barely even touching stuff that is less interesting. I love game design, and I've taken the idea of me working in that field, at least on a volunteer basis, seriously, ever since StarCraft Brood War was a thing. That game really enhanced my imagination when it came to video games, and I would recommend it to every gamer without hesitation. Even if the gameplay is not for you, one option is to simply watch me play it in my collection of highlights on Twitch. My top 3 favorite role-playing games, in no particular order, are Final Fantasy VIII, Saga Frontier, and Lightning Returns, which are 2 PlayStation games and 1 PlayStation 3 game. I actually played Lightning Returns on Steam, though, which I now regret, seeing as console options are even today more stable than PC versions. I'm currently playing a wide variety of role-playing games, and a small number of platformer games off and on, because I'm so busy with Mario Maker 2. I am the leader of the Coin Gang, which is essentially a list of courses that I manage that revolves around collecting all the coins. I also manage what I call the Explorers Guild, which is essentially courses that essentially embody the rest of my philosophies behind course design that aren't directly related to the Coin Gang's mission. Things like respecting the player's time and actually making a product the maker is especially proud of. Something that feels like either part of a professional developer's game or an entire professional game unto itself. The Super Mario Maker 2 editor is very restrictive, but many makers, including myself, have found great power to make fun stuff within those restrictions. Perhaps in the future Nintendo will expand what we are capable of doing, things like being able to change the color of our arrows to better fit the tile set that's being played on, putting coins in monsters, which we see in real Super Mario games, and many other ideas which are in my Discord. Feel free to check in there and drop in your own ideas. This time I am compiling a set of clips of me playing some Coin Gang courses to help bring attention to the Coin Gang makers and give users an idea of what the deal is with the Coin Gang. In the original Japanese video game and TV show and so on, Team Rocket was called Rocket Gang in Pokemon. 4Kids decided to censor the word gang. So with many teams or gangs being inspired by Pokemon to make boss fights named after their values, I decided to go ultra deep, which I tend to do a lot, and use the original word for our attempts at challenging other players in honorable platforming competition. My desire is that after watching this video, other makers will be encouraged to join in on the competition that is happening right now. I am not a particularly competitive person, but I have an aggressive personality according to some psychology experts, and they explain that it means that I challenge others to be the best version of themselves that they can be. So in that regard, yes, I can be pretty competitive, but I can't boast of a very low give-up rate on courses because I'm not an especially good platforming player. But every course I clear that I see great value in and which uses the grab all coins clear condition will be added to the game. Right now, the list has 18 unknown makers featured on it. They usually just make one coin game course, and 11 known makers. And the total of courses is about 50 other than from myself, so the actual total, I did not count it. It would be a little bit silly to count it because there are a few more codes at least that I have yet to add to the list, and that doesn't just mean my own codes. So the clips here are only a tiny fraction of all the stuff that's happening right now with the coin game. But I hope you appreciate the time it took me to compile this list for your previewing pleasure.